Today I'm going to be talking to you all about 10 staple pieces I think you should have in your wardrobe for this fall and winter. Now when I say 10 staple pieces, you know that I have been on a mission to make sure that I use items that I already have in my wardrobe. So a lot of these items might be items that you actually already own in your own wardrobe. So these items might be more ideas than actual items that I'm saying to you, you should go out and buy this item. So we're gonna run through 10 pieces you should look through either your wardrobe or look to see if it's an item that you would actually like to have in your wardrobe for the season. I will say, stay tuned to the end because there's one item that I'm seeing a lot that I don't think I want as a statement item in my wardrobe this season. The first item I want to talk about is an item that I actually had a video I talked about all the fall handbags, and this is something that I have been on the hunt for myself in my wardrobe, and it is a chocolate suede handbag, and I finally figured out which one I want. I want the Teddy Blake GG 13 in the chocolate suede. Now I already have the Teddy Blake 11 in the dark red. I think it's like, I'm not sure what the actual name of the color is, but it's a dark red leather one that I have and I use it every day and I'm obsessed with it. The chocolate suede is sold out, so I've been stalking the site, both Nordstrom and Teddy Blake, for it to come back in stock. So I'm stalking the site because I want this bag so bad. And so I'm keeping my eyes open for it and hoping that it comes back in stock because this is the one I think I figured out that I want. So I'm keeping my eyes open for it, but a chocolate suede bag is all the rage and I am here for it because it is a classic bag. Now this will be something you will be able to use for many years to come, and I personally found that this shape of the GG is one that I will like and be able to use for many years to come. This might not be the shape or style that you personally like in your wardrobe, but for me, this style, this shape, the handles, the crossbody, all of that really works for me. So this is one that I think really resonates and will be one that I use year after year. So this is something that I think I am definitely going to put in my wardrobe, but the chocolate suede is a big hit this year and is definitely something that you're going to see a lot in through the fall and winter of this year. And I think it's going to be something that we see for years to come as well. Number 2 is vintage jeans. Vintage jeans have been around for quite some time and we've seen them for a while really hitting hard. Levi's were like the first one to really make the comeback of the vintage jeans, and they have made it a big thing. And so a lot of brands have started kind of bringing back that feel of the vintage jeans. I have a few different styles that I have in my wardrobe already that fit the bill of what I look for in a vintage jean. So I don't feel as if I really need any new vintage jeans in my wardrobe. However, if I found a pair when I was out or kind of anything really struck me, I might try them on. And if they worked for my body type and if they weren't similar to something I already owned, it might be something I would pick up. But it's not something I'm actively out there looking for. But it is definitely a big trend that we are seeing in through the fall and winter that if you don't already have this, might be something you should look for. Number 3, statement rings. Statement rings I have been a big lover of for quite some time. Now when I say statement rings, I don't mean like there are some out there and they're crazy and people look amazing with them on. I am not somebody that wants like some of the ones that take up multiple fingers, but I love a good classic, just something a little bit bigger or chunkier. I do have some that have a stone on them that are definitely something that I would wear more with a dressier outfit. The one that I have on today is just definitely something that goes more with what I have on today. What I have on today is a little bit busier, so I don't want something that has a lot of stones to it, but this is definitely just like my mixed metal. I'm a big mixed metal girl, but it definitely has a little bit more size to it, has a little bit more oomph and a little bit more of a statement than just a typical simpler, more delicate ring. And it has a little bit of something to it. And I do wear it by itself when I wear a statement ring on one hand. But we are seeing a lot of those statement rings kind of making another kind of pass back through. So if you have a statement ring that you like, definitely bring it back around this year. Number 4 is strategic animal print. Okay, animal print, we have seen over the years, many, many years of it. And we've seen it come and go in different ways. We've seen it for a while. It was in skirts, and then it was in tops, and then we've seen it in bags, and then we've seen it in shoes, and we've seen it in accessories and belts and scarves and hats and different things. Coats for a while there. I personally, how I like to bring more of a strategic animal print into my wardrobe currently is I like to either have it in a belt or a shoe. I've got a pair of like leopard print here. Over here I've got like, I guess that's like a snake skin over here. I've got a cow print that are probably right up here somewhere. I do have a leopard belt. I personally, I don't think I have anything in a bag anymore. I do have a jacket that's in the basement, but I don't pull it out very often. I used to wear it, but I don't think that's as much my thing right now, but I did keep it because I loved it, but I kept it in storage in case I ever feel the need to bring it back around. But I do like it in a belt or in a pair of shoes. I like it kind of like I would use a pop of color. I like a pop of an animal print here or there. I do have a pair of booties that are down here too, but I do just like it as a little bit of a pop of something. I don't really like it as a main focus. And I do think that's what we're seeing a lot of this year. Just a strategic little bit of it here or there. Number 5, we've seen this for a while, is sneakers with skirts or dresses. And by sneakers, I do not necessarily mean an athletic sneaker. I mean more of your fashion sneaker. And for a while there, you were seeing things like your Golden Goose and like your Dunks and things like that. And it is definitely skewed more towards a more minimal fashion sneaker. I like my Frankie 4s. I do like an Adidas Sambas with it. I've skewed away a little bit from like my, what were they? The Golden Goose. I do kind of like my P448s because they're a little bit more subdued. The Golden Goose are a little bit more, I have one pair that's more neutral and one pair that's a little bit more noticeable, I would say. But I would say my Frankie 4s are definitely my more neutral pair. I grabbed one to show you real quick. It's definitely your more neutral sneaker. It's very, very, very comfortable. I do have the laces just kind of poked in under the, what is that called? Your insert. They're just your basic soles. It does have like suede, I guess this is, in through here and through this, but it's not super noticeable. Has their little logo right through here, but the rest is leather. They're pretty basic. I think it has their name back through there, but just white soles, nothing crazy. Mine could use to be cleaned. Could probably just take a magic eraser to them, I'm guessing, because I don't think the suede, I wouldn't like throw them in the laundry because they're leather and suede, but they could probably just use a magic eraser and they would clean up nicely. They're just very neutral, which is kind of, and classic looking, which is definitely much more of what I personally look for in an outfit. And I find with the dresses and the skirts, I don't want anything too busy with them now. I want it to be a little bit more streamlined. Number 6 is cropped pants. I struggle with this one because I'm seeing it a lot in through the fall, and I like a crop, but it has to hit me at the right spot because of my body proportions. I am 5'6", but because of my, I'm an hourglass shape, but because of my, I guess it's my torso ratio, I have to be very careful then how the length of a cropped pant fits. And the cropped pants we are seeing are very, very close to the knee and I need a crop to hit me closer to the middle of the calf, this kind of piece that is really in style for the fall and winter this year, I have to be very, very careful with. So if it hits me at the more calf area and it's a heel with it, right? I can do great with it. But if it is some of these pants, and I'll put some images in here that I've been seeing, that are much closer to the knee, it does not do well with my body shape because it makes me look much hippier. If it is closer to the calf, I can do great with that because it actually creates a longer line with me. And so I can play with that. Now, I have not gone out of my way to find a pair that work with that, but it's definitely not been a jean that I've been seeing at that length. It's definitely been more of a pant that I'm seeing at that length. And so I'm kind of keeping my eye open on that, and we'll see if I find anything that works for me kind of in that genre of it. However, this is a trend, so I'm not 100% sure if this is something I'm going to kind of get on board with. Number 7 is the all denim look. It is still here. It seems like it is here to stay. And this can be either an all denim head to toe look, meaning different pieces, and they do not have to be the same color. If you grew up in the 80s, we tend to have people that wore that. It had to be the exact matching color. This is people wearing the all denim trend, meaning maybe a dark pair of denim jeans and a chambray top. It is mixing and matching your denims. It can also be, if you are not comfortable with that, a denim dress. That it can be a way of mixing and matching it in that way. It is definitely a trend that is here to stay. You are seeing it all over the place. It used to be kind of when you heard somebody talking about someone wearing all denim, you heard them saying, you know, the denim cowboy and things like that. That is not true any longer. It is a big trend and it is here to stay. It is definitely something that is here to stay and is not something that you necessarily have to go buy pieces for. You can simply take what you have and mix and match it and play with this trend. Number 8 is a strategic short jacket, a cropped jacket. And I'm not talking about like your moto jacket. I am talking about these strategic, what's kind of coming back in is more your like tweed cropped jackets. Definitely this cropped style, not just your tops. We saw a lot of cropped tops, right? You're seeing more of your sweaters and tops that are tucked in, but then seeing a cropped jacket with it. And not just specifically, as I mentioned, your moto jackets, your utility jackets, more of your classic style jackets that are being cropped, your cropped trench coats, things like that. You're seeing a more variety of styles being cropped now, and it's definitely an interesting choice. Again, I am an hourglass style, which this cropped style can work very well with me, but I have to be very careful and very strategic on where it hits my body line because of both my torso length and my hourglass body shape. I have to be very careful where that hits me, but it's a fun style that I'm here to play with. Number 9, I am here for this one, and it is tank tops with tailored pants. It's mixing that casual with that structured. It's definitely giving a little bit of the business and the play, a little bit of, you know, the dinner and date, a little bit of the, you know, just the fun and the business. It just really, I'm here for that. I like mixing. I guess it's also a little bit of that. Because I work at home, I don't mind mixing that business and play together. I love a blazer with a casual top. I love a pair of structured pants with a very casual top. I like playing on those two different things together a lot. So I definitely am here for that one. Now the number 10. Let's talk about number 10. Polo shirts and rugby shirts. The polo shirts I'm okay with. It's not the top of my style choice. It's not my most strategic option, style choice or piece that I want to go for. Again, I have said this previously, I grew up going to Catholic school. You wore a white polo shirt every single day to school. So it's not my favorite choice for a top choice. However, a rugby shirt. The stripes do nothing for me. Again, I am bigger chested. Stripes across me do nothing for me unless they are very strategically placed. Stripes this way. The color choices usually in a rugby shirt do nothing for me. It is just not something that I go, that's for me. I get it. It is a classic choice, which is funny because I like classic style choices, but polo and rugby shirts does not speak to me personally. Does it speak to you? Is this one that you go, that is a strategic style choice that I would like to make? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So these are 10 of the items that I am seeing a lot of in the fall that are strategic style choices. I would love to hear if these are ones that resonated with you, if you have any of them, or if they are any of the ones that you are going to pass on. I hope you enjoyed this and have a great weekend.